This is the reason I'm doing this song today is special request of Eddie Stubbs. And Eddie...
The world of country music was filled with sadness when news spread that Jeannie Seely had passed away at the age of 85. For many fans, the news felt like the end of an important chapter in country music history. Jeannie Seely was not just a singer with a few popular songs. She was a powerful voice, a strong personality, and a woman who spent decades shaping the country music world. Her career lasted more than half a century, and during that time she became one of the most respected figures in the industry. Many fans first discovered her through her famous 1966 song "Don't Touch Me," which became a huge hit and helped establish her as a star. From that moment forward, her life was closely connected with country music and its traditions. Over the years, she performed thousands of times and became one of the most recognizable members of the Grand Ole Opry, the historic stage that represents the heart of country music. When fans heard about her passing, many felt shocked, even though she had lived a long and full life. Messages of love quickly filled social media as people shared their memories of her music and performances. Fellow artists also spoke about her kindness, humor, and determination. For many people in Nashville and beyond, Jeannie Seely was more than a performer. She was a mentor, a pioneer for women in country music, and a symbol of dedication to the art of storytelling through song. Her death reminded fans just how important her voice and presence had been in the world of country music for so many years. Before she became a famous performer, Jeannie Seely was simply a young girl with big dreams growing up in Titusville, Pennsylvania. She was born in 1940 and grew up in a time when country music was beginning to spread across radio stations throughout America. Music quickly became an important part of her life. As a child, she loved listening to country songs and learning how powerful a simple melody and honest words could be. Even at a young age, people around her noticed that she had a special voice and a natural ability to connect with listeners. However, success did not come easily. Like many artists, Jeannie had to work hard and take risks to follow her dreams. When she was in her early 20s, she made the brave decision to leave her hometown and move to Nashville, Tennessee. Nashville was known as the center of country music, but it was also a difficult place for newcomers trying to make a name for themselves. Many talented singers arrived in the city every year, hoping to find success, but only a small number ever achieved it. Jeannie was determined to be one of those few. She worked different jobs while also searching for opportunities in music. Slowly, people in the industry began to notice her talent and strong personality. She started writing songs, performing wherever she could, and building relationships with musicians and producers. These early years were challenging, but they helped shape her into the confident performer the world would soon come to admire. The moment that truly changed Jeannie Seely's life came in 1966 with the release of her song "Don't Touch Me." The emotional ballad spoke about heartbreak, longing, and the complicated feelings that come with love. The song quickly connected with listeners across the country. It climbed the music charts and became one of the biggest country hits of the year. The success of the song also earned her a Grammy Award, a remarkable achievement that proved she was not just another singer trying to find attention. She had become a true star. What made the song so powerful was the honesty in her voice. Jeannie Seely had a way of delivering lyrics that made listeners feel as if she were telling a personal story. At a time when many female artists struggled to gain recognition in country music, her success was especially meaningful. She showed that women could lead the genre with strong voices and bold songs. After her breakthrough hit, she began performing across the country and gaining more fans everywhere she went. Her concerts were known for their energy, humor, and emotional connection with the audience. People loved not only her voice but also her personality. She often spoke directly to fans during performances, sharing stories and jokes that made every show feel personal. This connection helped her build a loyal fan base that would continue supporting her for decades. One of the most important chapters in the life of Jeannie Seely was her long relationship with the Grand Ole Opry. The Grand Ole Opry is one of the most famous stages in country music history. Many of the greatest legends have performed there, and becoming a member is considered one of the highest honors a country artist can receive. Jeannie joined the Opry in the late 1960s, and it quickly became her musical home. Over the decades, she appeared on the Opry stage thousands of times, making her one of the most frequent performers in its history. Audiences looked forward to her performances because they knew she would bring both powerful music and a lively personality. She often joked with fellow performers and spoke warmly with the audience, creating an atmosphere that felt welcoming and joyful. Beyond her performances, she also played an important role behind the scenes. She supported young musicians who were trying to build their careers, offering advice and encouragement whenever she could. Many rising artists later said that her guidance helped them find confidence in their own voices. Her influence at the Opry went far beyond singing. She helped shape the spirit of the show and contributed to its sense of family among performers. Because of her dedication and long service, many people came to see her as one of the pillars of the Opry community. Throughout her career, Jeannie Seely became known not only for her music but also for her strong support of women in the country music industry. In the early years of her career, the industry was often dominated by male performers and decision-makers. Female artists sometimes struggled to receive the same opportunities and recognition as their male counterparts. Jeannie believed strongly that women deserved equal respect and space in country music. She spoke openly about these issues and encouraged female performers to believe in themselves. Her songs often explored themes of independence, honesty, and emotional strength. These themes helped many listeners, especially women, feel understood and represented. Younger artists admired her courage and the way she stayed true to her personality. She also challenged certain traditions when she felt they were unfair. For example, she was known for questioning dress rules at the Opry that once required women to wear very formal clothing while performing. She believed artists should feel comfortable expressing themselves in their own way. Over time, her willingness to speak up helped inspire changes in attitudes within the industry. As the years passed, many younger singers began calling her a mentor and a role model. They appreciated her kindness, her honesty, and her determination to make the music world more welcoming for everyone. Her influence continued to grow as new generations discovered her music and learned about her efforts to support equality in country music. In the later years of her life, Jeannie Seely remained active in music even as many of her contemporaries had retired. She continued performing at the Grand Ole Opry and participating in events that celebrated the history of country music. Fans admired her dedication because it showed how deeply she loved performing. Even in her 80s, she appeared on stage with elegance and confidence, often wearing sparkling outfits and greeting the audience with her signature smile. While she slowed down slightly in terms of touring, she never lost her passion for singing and connecting with fans. Those who attended her later performances often said they felt a strong sense of gratitude, knowing they were witnessing a living legend. She also spent time reflecting on her long career and the many experiences she had enjoyed along the way. Interviews from her final years reveal a woman who felt thankful for the life she had lived. She spoke warmly about her fellow musicians, her fans, and the opportunities she had been given. When news of her passing finally arrived, many fans remembered those final appearances and realized how special they had been. They were not just concerts, they were moments of history shared between an artist and the audience that loved her. After the passing of Jeannie Seely, the country music community quickly came together to honor her memory. Artists, producers, and fans shared heartfelt messages describing the impact she had on their lives and careers. Many performers who had once stood beside her on the stage of the Grand Ole Opry spoke about her kindness and her sense of humor. They remembered how she could make people laugh backstage while also delivering powerful performances that moved audiences to tears. Some artists shared stories about their first meetings with her, explaining how welcoming she had been to newcomers in the industry. These tributes showed that her influence extended far beyond her songs. She had helped create a supportive community where artists encouraged one another rather than competing. Fans also participated in honoring her legacy. Social media platforms were filled with videos of her performances, photos from concerts, and personal memories from people who had seen her perform over the years. Many listeners said her music had helped them through difficult times in their lives. For them, her songs were more than entertainment, they were emotional companions that offered comfort and understanding. These tributes demonstrated just how deeply she had touched the hearts of people around the world. The story of Jeannie Seely is ultimately a story about dedication, courage, and love for music. Over more than 5 decades, she built a career that influenced both fans and fellow artists. Her voice carried the emotional spirit of country music, and her personality brought warmth and humor to every stage she stepped onto. Through her work at the Grand Ole Opry, she became part of the foundation of the genre itself. Future generations of performers will continue learning from the example she set. She proved that success in music is not only about talent but also about authenticity and kindness. By supporting younger artists and speaking up for equality, she helped create opportunities that did not exist when she first arrived in Nashville. Even though she is no longer physically present, her songs and recordings will continue to inspire listeners. New fans will discover her voice, and longtime admirers will keep sharing her music with others. In this way, her legacy will live on through every person who listens to her songs or tells the story of her remarkable life. The passing of a great artist always brings sadness, but it also reminds us of the beauty they gave to the world. For country music fans, Jeannie Seely will always be remembered as a legend whose voice and spirit helped shape the heart of the genre. One of the reasons Jeannie Seely became such an important figure in country music was the emotional honesty in her songs. Country music has always been known for storytelling, and Jeannie understood that better than most artists. Her songs were not just about melodies or catchy lyrics. They were about real feelings and real-life experiences that people could recognize in their own lives. When she sang about heartbreak, listeners believed every word because her voice carried genuine emotion. That sincerity made her music stand out in an industry that was constantly changing. Many fans felt that when Jeannie sang, she was speaking directly to them. Songs like Don't Touch Me captured the complicated emotions that come with love and loss. At the time of its release, the song was considered bold because it expressed the feelings of a woman who wanted emotional honesty instead of pretending everything was fine. This honesty became one of the trademarks of her music. Over time, many younger country singers began adopting a similar approach in their own songwriting. They realized that audiences connect most strongly with songs that tell truthful stories. Because of this influence, Jeannie Seely helped shape how country music communicates emotion. Her style showed that vulnerability could be powerful, and that a simple song could carry deep meaning when performed with sincerity. Throughout her long career, Jeannie Seely formed close friendships with many legendary figures in country music. Nashville is often described as a small community despite its global influence, and artists who spend decades there naturally develop strong bonds with one another. Jeannie was known for being warm, approachable, and genuinely interested in the success of others. Many performers have shared stories about how she welcomed them when they first arrived in the city. Young singers who were nervous about performing at the Grand Ole Opry often said that she was one of the first people to offer encouragement backstage. These friendships were not limited to professional relationships. Many artists described her as a trusted friend who offered advice and support during both good and difficult times. The country music world can be challenging because artists spend long periods traveling and performing away from home. Having someone like Jeannie who understood those challenges made a difference for many people. Her humor also helped create a relaxed atmosphere during rehearsals and performances. She had a quick wit and loved telling stories that made others laugh. These personal connections added another layer to her legacy.